Hi, my name is Emma Johns and I attend Southern Illinois University. I am majoring in physiology with a focus in pre-medicine and minoring in chemistry and neuroscience. Last year, I had the privilege of going on youth tour with Eastern Illini Electric Cooperative. And I couldn't be more thankful for that experience either. Thank you. 3 reasons why I deserve this scholarship. 1, I am dedicated and driven. In high school, I was valedictorian of my class, as well as a member of Illinois High School Association All-State Academic Team. I continued this to college, where I was recognized as a Southern Illinois University Chancellor Scholar. I maintained a 4.0 GPA while taking 18 credit hours, when 12 hours is considered a full-time student. 2, I turned my passions into actions. I'm a writer for a social media-based news platform called The Odyssey Online, where I get to vocalize and educate my readers on social issues like food deserts in America, as well as the importance of voting. 3, I lead by example. I volunteer with the Alzheimer's Association, Habitat for Humanity, and I'm a strong advocate for the advancement of science. I spend my days working in the Integrative Neuroscience Laboratories on a National Institute on Drug Abuse funded longitudinal study. We are the first lab to use genetic polymorphisms, EEG and fMRI data, as well as smoking-related personality traits to predict the predisposition of young people to become heavy smokers. This is once again a healthcare issue that I'm passionate about. My education will definitely benefit my rural community because in medicine, you can choose to focus. 2 paths that I'm considering focusing in right now are 1, public health, which concerns things like water sanitation, the spread of pesticides, as well as smoking in public. And then 2 is rural medicine, where medical students are specifically trained to handle things like accidents with tractors, with electrical poles coming down, or even farmers in grain bins, which is something that our community definitely has to look out for. My youth tour experience was amazing, to say the least. I consider it life-changing, and definitely one of the best weeks of my life. I got to meet what I consider the leaders of tomorrow and some of my best friends. I still talk to them today, as well as a lot of politicians. And that taught me a lot about networking, which is very important for my future career. I talked to these politicians, like my state senators and state representatives, and I got to tell them what was important to me and what mattered in my rural community. I think Youth Tour really took the small town girl, small town rural farm girl, and showed me that the world was a much bigger place and that I could do bigger things. So my little box of a world got a whole lot bigger, and I can't thank you enough for that. I would have to say my favorite part of Youth Tour was getting to be a guest of the Saudi Arabian Royal Embassy. How many people get to do that? That's awesome. And it was definitely a crazy experience, and that I still tell people about that today. And it really gave me the self-confidence to pursue my goals. I learned that my opinion matters, and I can strive for what I want and be successful in that. Adults aren't so scary, and I got the opportunity to talk to some pretty important ones. Something else that will be helpful for my future career is leadership that I learned. I got to be the president of the board of trustees for our Chip and Pop co-op, which is a way that our members got snacks, and then at the end we even got to give them money back, which was a great feeling, and I definitely learned what cooperatives were in that respect. So at Illinois Youth Day, I got the opportunity to meet with my state representative, my state senator, our secretary of state, our state treasurer, and I was the only student that got to meet the governor of Illinois, which was awesome. This was really important to me that I got to represent my cooperative in this way. And when I got back from Youth Tour, I was definitely speaking to regards that I had met these really important people in our government. Meeting these politicians at Youth Day was really important for when I got back to Youth Tour, because I got to talk about how I had met these important politicians in our government to students at schools in our area, and I got to promote Youth Tour directly, as well as my own school. I got to speak to my city's Rotary Club, as well as send in many pictures and stories for our newsletter and newspaper for my town. While I believe that my university has provided me with plenty of opportunities for success, I think it's important to mention that I have not forgotten my roots. This year, my friends and I went around my hometown to collect donations to start a scholarship fund for students in my hometown to promote education and for them to continue on to college. I also work in the pediatrics department of the hospital as a volunteer, as well as a Douglas County election judge in the general election of this year. I think it's very important to vote, and this was definitely something that the cooperative program stressed upon me and I took to heart. So I hope that you will consider me a qualified and competitive candidate for this scholarship. Thank you for your time.